We are getting underway a little bit earlier with the stream tonight. Going to start with the 450 LCQ due to a delay that we had in one of the 250 heats. So they're wrapping up now. Therefore, we're starting with the 450 LCQ. Just waiting on Xerix ready up here. He's the other JGR admin. He's currently getting the results posted. So it looks like he just readied up though. So we're ready to go racing. Atlanta 1 is the track for tonight. 450 class filled in, a lot more from last week where we only had about 9 people to start the main event. I think we had 18 people in the 450 class tonight and 24 250 riders. So it's a big sign-up night for us. A lot of people coming out to race, so super pumped on that. Should be 2 good LCQs here to start the night and then straight into the main events. Has some heavy hitters in this one. Tommy going full throttle. Sorry I couldn't make the 450 sign up. All good, man. Hope to see you next week. We usually post sign-ups on Sunday or Monday for the round on Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern. So just keep an eye out. Follow us on Instagram at JGR Esport Leagues and on Discord as well. Alright, so this LCQ lineup, we have YT291 Moto, Kawasaki 882000, MTJ92, admin over the summer series. Cool to see him coming out. I'm Xerix, JGR Vivid, TJ5, Balboa 493, Dynamic Snipes, Cheeseheads, and Cowboy Cam. So everyone is ready up. Let's get this thing going. I'm Xerix, currently sitting in 3rd in points. So definitely looking to make the main here for him. Let's go on board with Xerix. And it looks like JGR Vivid and Cowboy Cam get the jump into the turn first, but it's Cowboy Cam and I'm Xerix. Vivid in the mix as well. A couple of JGR Team Fried riders in here. And that's going to be Balboa who works his way up front. Balboa actually won the JGR Pro MXGP League 250 class championship last year. He's had a rough go on some Supercross, hasn't been able to make all the rounds, but in a good spot to make a main event in the 450 class so far. I'm Xerix, his teammate in tow. Gonna get a more clean drive through there. Not sure what happened to YT291 Moto there. Maybe he glitched or just wasn't paying attention. Not quite sure. It looks like he did get glitched. That is unfortunate. Xerix still controlling this thing. JGR Vivid 2nd. Cheeseheads in 3rd. TJ running in the 4th spot. Cowboys Cam in 5th, Dynamic Snipes in 6th, Kawasaki 7th, Bal back to 8th now, MTJ in 9th. And it looks like YT finally gets off the gate. Oh, alright, I'm gonna unfortunately have to kick him. Hate that I have to do that, but he's just going to get in the way of other racers at this point who are qualifying for a transfer position. Xerix still up front early. Cheesehead's lurking though, putting a good ride back here in 2nd. JGR Vivid falling off the pace just a little bit at this point, but nonetheless a good ride for him. Usually always on the cusp of making the main every week, just depending on signups. Dynamic starting to make up a little bit of time. Dynamic has enough speed that I think he could maybe catch up to Cheeseheads here and grab that 2nd transfer spot if Vivid doesn't do it first. Oh, and looks like Balboa goes down there. Going back up front, check on our leader, I'm Xerix. Putting a nice smooth ride so far. Not under too much pressure. Cheesehead seems to be keeping it clean back here. Just kind of latching onto the back. No need to pressure or make any sudden movements here. In a transfer position. Has plenty of room back to 3rd. Alright, I'm going to keep an eye on Cowboy Cam, apparently, who's taking the cheater lines. Doesn't matter too much considering he's back at 9th. But I'm going to watch everyone run through that section on this lap. If at any point in the night you guys, whether it's something that happens in your race or whatever the case may be, you see something, let us know. We do our best to catch everything as it happens, but obviously it's tough to do so. Back up front, I'm Xerox, who put a little bit of time on Cheeseheads. Looks like Cheeseheads might have made a mistake. Equal distance back to JGR Vivid here. He gets through the line clean, does get kicked right just a little bit, but good save. Watch Cheeseheads go through here. Cheeseheads also taking the line properly. Vivid goes down, that's going to allow Dynamic and TJ to go by. And it is just an absolute battle in this back of the pack. Outside of the transfer position, it's anyone's game from 3 to 9. Balboa punts Cowboy Cam. Gonna have to just shoot him a warning. And Cowboy Cam is all over. Spins out. Might be calling it a race. Nope, gets back going. Xerox still in control of this thing out front. No pressure for him at all. Top 5 main event guy tonight if I had to put my bet on it. Dynamic. He's going to only have one lap to maybe catch Cheeseheads here. You know he has the speed to do it, but he's going to have to put an absolute heater in and kind of get a little bit of help from Cheese at this point. Oh, and Cheeseheads either gets reset or went down there, not quite sure. But that is going to just tighten up that gap just a little bit more. Oh, and Dynamic makes a little mistake there. That's going to cost him. So I'm Xerox, about half a lap to go here. Looking for a good result in the main event tonight. Shout out to this guy. A lot of work goes on behind the scenes to help this league run smooth every week. He plays a big part in making all the result sheets and keeping everything running smooth on Discord and Instagram. So good teammate to have in all this. Happy to see him out front in this LCQ getting it done. Back to Cheeseheads in second. Just needs to ride it home easy. No sudden mistakes. Bummer for Dynamic, who's going to miss the main event, unfortunately, it looks like. TJ, solid ride coming from the back of the pack early. Gets reset there. Those little Steezer. I'm Xerox going to take the 450 LCQ win here at Atlanta 1. Cheeseheads with a solid ride, going to take home the last and final transfer spot tonight. Soundview, I'm assuming you were the rider, YT291 Moto. Sorry I had to disqualify you, man. Appreciate you being understanding. It's just unfortunate there's bugs in this game like that, but it's part of the deal with video games. So, alright, so there it is, your 450 LCQ results. Again, I'm Xerox, and Cheesehead's taking the last 2 transfer spots if you're joining us now on stream. We are going to close this one out and then get the 250 LCQ lobby ready. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes and we'll get this thing going. Alright everyone, if you're just joining us on stream, invites are going out for the 250 LCQ right now. Just waiting on 2 more riders at this point, and then we'll get this thing started. Alright, just waiting on PSHP Mike. If he doesn't join in the next minute here, he's already been sent 2 invites. I'll go ahead and get this thing started. 250 LCQ, we have Mr. Twister in the LCQ, which is a big shock tonight. Kind of had a rough go at it in the heat race. Got passed in the last turn for the final transfer spot, but no doubt if Twister can get a good start, he'll run up front and have no issues. A lot of heavy hitters in this one. For real, Skirt, Audacity. Obviously, JGR Team Fried own rider Tackman. And there we go. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Atlanta 1 is the track again for tonight. Alright, 250 LCQ lineup. We got Brat Bros, For Real, Skinner, Mr. Twister, The Audacity, Tackman, Skirt, MX Mickey, Bop Vapor, Frankie DMB, and Tiber Wan. Full LCQ. Only 2 spots up for grabs here in the 250 LCQ. Looks like everyone is ready, so let's get this thing started. Let's go on board with Tackman here, JGR Team Fried rider. Looking fire with a good little KTM kit tonight. Gets a decent jump off the gate, is set up as long as he doesn't get this reset, and he unfortunately does. I know that that's a bummer for him, but it looks like Mr. Twister, not wasting any time getting out front, knows he cannot afford to miss this main event tonight. He is in the points chase. The Audacity slides on the inside. That's going to allow a couple other riders to also do the same. Mr. Twister just needs to be patient here, let the chaos happen, and find a way to kind of get through that himself. He gets reset. Oh no. We're going to make sure everyone goes through this line clean here. Looks like everyone jumped there, no issues, but it is Gabe H and Brat Bros 1 and 2. Brat Bros makes a little mistake there. Oh, he cases. Luckily no one went down. It's going to allow MX Mickey to get in that second spot. Mr. Twister working his way back up into the 3rd position. This 250 LCQ is banging already. It is going to be an exciting 5 minutes here. Atlanta 1 is a fast track. These 250s are holding it wide open through some of these sections. Bummer to see Tackman back here having a rough go at it, unfortunately. Leon, sorry about that, man. Yeah, kind of had some mishaps with one of the heats tonight. One of our admins that's typically in to help with the 250 class had to drop out last second, so we were kind of just scrambling to make it happen. I do apologize. Hope to see you back next week, my man. Back up front, Gabe H holding it down, but he has Bop Vapor closely behind him. MX Mickey third, For Real fourth, and Mr. Twister, who is really having a tough time with this Atlanta racetrack tonight. But he needs to get inside that top two. Air Jordan, his biggest competitor, and Supite as well, are in the main event. Twister makes a good save there. For Real getting a little squirrely, but Twister is able to get by with little to no issues. And he doesn't have a lot of time to make up to second here. Just needs to ride consistent, as it looks like Gabe H gets reset there. 2 minutes plus a lap. Mr. Twister just needs to settle in and ride nice and smooth and get in this main event where he knows he should be. Pack of hungry riders behind him though, having their own battles regardless of the position. Bop Vapor, I believe this is his first week racing with us, coming out having a strong showing in the 250 LCQ. And don't get it mixed up, this 250 class has been pretty quick this year for a new class for us, designed for some of these AM guys to have competitive racing. Cool to see a fresh face up here, holding it down. Looks to be pretty good on the game, quarrying pretty comfortably. Gabe H not letting him get away. Mr. Twister just cannot seem to make up time on this racetrack. It looks like he is a little uncomfortable compared to the way he typically rides. This is a different style racetrack. Very high speed, can bring out a lot of mistakes if you're not careful. Got a good battle brewing up front here. This is a really fast rhythm. They both get through clean. Mr. Twister is doing everything he can, but based on where they were last lap going through that same spot, he has not made up any time. Hasn't lost any, hasn't made up any, but he is running out of it, that is for sure. Needs to make something happen quick. And he has For Real right behind him. And it looks like he might slide up the inside here. Mr. Twister is going to hold that line. For Real gives him a little shove. Needs to be careful of that. Twister hates this track. Yeah, he's riding uncomfortable. Getting dicey for third place here. For Real is might have to keep an eye, but he is hungry for a transfer spot. And these 1 and 2 guys are in sight now. It's not unrealistic that either For Real or Twister could sneak up and grab this thing. Oh, Twister jumps over there. Looked like he almost wanted to run him high potentially. But here we go. Gabe H back in the first position, past Bop Vapor. These guys need to ride consistent. They have 2 fast guys trying to get up to where they are. Gabe H, who I believe his season best finish is a 5th place at round 2, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely has the speed to run up there in that 250A main. Showing his speed in the LCQ so far. Back to second, Bop Vapor still holding on to that last and final transfer spot. Mr. Twister and For Real going at it. going to be a huge bummer for Mr. Twister to miss this main if he cannot catch Bop here on the last lap. Got mixed up in some crap early, if you will, and it is tough to recover. Let's go back up and watch these front two guys, see if anything happens. This jump is tough. They both need to hit it clean. 1 lap to go, straight as an arrow. No issues for the two of them. This sand also proves tough for the field. You can really get out of rhythm quick and get swapping just a little bit like you see Gabe H do there. Bop throwing some Steezers. Some Tyler Berriman energy, if you will. Twister's going to run out of time, but it is going to be Gabe H coming home with the win here in this one. Bop Vapor in the final transfer position. Mr. Twister, one of your points contenders to win the whole championship, misses the main event tonight, and that is how stacked this 250 class is. Anything can happen. If you're Air Jordan, you're breathing a little easier tonight potentially, but from the commentator's perspective here, I'm bummed because I was looking forward to that battle. But hey, that's racing, that's how it goes. And everyone is going to make it to the line in this one. Tight from 1 to 12 all the way down. So really good racing there. Just outside the transfer position again, Mr. Twister in 3rd, For Real 4th, The Audacity 5th, Skirt 6th, Tackman 7th, Frankie DMB 8th, Skinner 9th, Brock Bros 10th, Tiber 1 11th, and MX Mickey rounds out the field in 12th. So these guys aren't going to have much time here. We are going to start the 250 main event shortly. So I'm going to get out of this lobby, get that going, and we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes to start these main events. Alright, just waiting on the last couple people here. 219 Shooter just let me know he won't be able to race tonight, so the first alternate, luckily for him, is Mr. Twister. So I'm going to send him an invite now. He will be in the A main event. Alright, we're going to wait 2 more minutes. If he's not in here, we're starting. Sorry for the hold up. Alright, full lobby, here we go. A little bit of a hold up with Shooter not being able to race there, so that gives Mr. Twister the final main event position. Lucky break for him tonight, but gonna be some good racing, so let's get this thing underway. Sorry for the delay. Atlanta 1, 250 A main. Sword, what's up, my man? Yeah, Austin, I mean, it's one of those things, regardless of the reasoning, if whoever gives up their spot just goes to the next transfer, so there's no politics involved on our end. We're just going with our rules and what we would typically do in any other situation, so it is what it is, and these guys are still going to go at it. Air Jordan by far is the favorite for the evening, in my opinion. Looked really good in this heat. made some mistakes early, got tangled up in traffic, but still charges way up front. Mr. Twister struggled a little bit tonight, as well as Supite in the heat, barely making it through P5. So those top three guys kind of having some different trouble on the racetrack. So we'll see who's the best of the three. Give these guys a minute to ready up here. Who do you guys got for this main event? Be curious of everyone's picks. It's a loaded one here. Seth AB, Pressure Applier, Mr. Twister, Air Jordan, Bop Vapor, Easy Pro, Autistic, Bam Bam. God, that name is something. Supite, MXer for Life, Y Ebola, Lamastus, and Gabe H. Everyone is readied up, so let's drop the gate at Atlanta 1. 250 A main. 250 class has been super exciting all year. Let's go on board with three-time winner this year, to Supite. And it is Air Jordan getting the whole shot. Needs to get through these first couple of turns without any trouble from everyone behind him. And he needs to just run with this thing while he can. Gabe H in the second spot needs to be careful here not to cause any mistakes for him or Jordan. Supite in third gets caught up on his teammate just a little bit. Seth AB in fourth is going to sneak up on the inside and grab that third position. Supite falls back to fourth. Bop Vapor in fifth. Y Ebola sixth. MXer for Life seventh. Lamastus eighth. Mr. Twister ninth. Pressure Applier 10, Easy Pro 11th, and Bam Bam 12th. Air Jordan has some pressure early from Gabe H. Gabe H wants this thing. If you're Air Jordan, you got to kind of just back off this one. Don't let him cost you anything. But he is going to get a good drive through this rhythm. Side by side they go. Checks up a little bit. Going to cut under inside. Seth AB riding good in the third position with Bop Vapor fourth, MXer for Life fifth. Back up front because this battle is too good to go away from. Gabe H putting on a fantastic ride in the first position. Air Jordan settling in just a little bit. You have to figure he's glancing at the leaderboard. He knows where his competition is for the championship. He's in a good position right now. Air Jordan back up front now. Gabe H and Seth AB going at it for the second and third spot here. And I do understand everyone's, issues with the whole Mr. Twister situation, but at the end of the day, it's still in our rules. That final spot would go to the next transfer out of the LCQ. So. Air Jordan still out front. Seth AB with a good ride in second. Not letting Jordan get away too far. 12 minutes left in this main event. MXer for Life with a good ride in the third position. Bop Vapor fourth still. Gabe H, who was up front early, has fallen back into the fifth position. Still not a bad ride for him, would tie his season best at this point. But a whole group of these guys bundled up in this little S turn. This can be really tricky to not get tangled up. Lamastus, who showed really good speed in his heat, back in 7th. Easy Pro 8th. Mr. Twister duking it out with him for that 8th spot, but struggling at the back of the pack. Uncharacteristic for him. Pressure applier back in 11th, and unfortunately Bam Bam in 12th. Can't restart this main event. There's too many implications on the line for everyone involved. I do apologize, but based on ways we've handled it in the past with other riders and other main events, it's just a glitch in the game. It's unfortunate, it sucks. Yeah, man, I see your comments. You guys gonna understand. I'm doing my best to host a race, post things, do everything at the same time. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I apologize, but I can't restart the whole main event. Regardless of the reset, man, I apologize, but it just happens sometimes. I could restart it and it happens to anyone else, so I do apologize. I know it sucks, but just based on the rules and how we've handled it in the past, we cannot restart the main event. Don't want to upset anyone, but it is what it is. It's a video game, it happens. Doing our best to keep everyone happy here, but Seth AB, go on board with him in the second spot here. Making up a little bit of time on Air Jordan, looking to get himself a win. If I'm not mistaken, he is riding with Team PXR this season on Supercross 5. Not quite sure if that's still the case, but gets a little squirrely through those rollers there. It's going to create a little bit more room for Air Jordan. Back to third, MXR for life, holding down that final podium position. Mr. Twister still back here in 8th. Swerve, the 450A main has not happened. That'll be coming up after this. Have a little bit more of a loaded lineup tonight with a couple of the G Fuel boys coming out, excuse me. So it's going to be some good racing. Hope everyone hangs tight and stays to watch that one. Looking forward to it on this racetrack. A bunch of new names in here tonight. Easy Pro, Bop Vapor, just to name a few. Air Jordan with an impressive ride thus far. Really starting to open up a gap here, but 8 minutes left. It's anyone's race at this point. Supite came out of nowhere, made a couple passes. He's up into the 3rd position. He sees Air Jordan, he knows he needs to get up there and mix it up, but makes a mistake through that tricky little section there. Probably where you see most people make mistakes on this racetrack. A lot of back and forth, left and right. But not a whole lot happening through the field other than Mr. Twister making up a little bit of time and charging through. But still kind of battling with this pack. Gabe H and Easy Pro as he gets passed by both of them in that turn. Tough go at it for Twister tonight, but hey, this is the name of the game. On your bad nights, you still got to show up, put a result in. It might not be pretty, but you got to do what you got to do, and we're going to warn Gabe H there. Blatantly kind of just shoved Easy Pro off the track. Just going to give him a warning. Pressure applier back here in 11th. Bummer to see him at the back of the pack. I think every single week he damn near hole shots his heat race, runs up front during that and shows really good speed. I don't know if he just has some bad luck in the mains or what, but definitely could be up there in that top 5 group, I think. We revisit our leader now, Air Jordan. And Seth AB has reeled on the back of him once again, so it's clear who the faster rider is in this situation. Want to kind of get a different angle at it here as Seth AB gets reset. Air Jordan's one of those guys, he's super consistent on this 125. Hope I don't jinx him here, but he is solid and doesn't make a lot of mistakes, has pretty good speed. Happy to see him up front in this one. I don't know what happened here to Easy Pro, why he's in the first spot. Not sure if he's listening to the stream, but needs to re-enter in the 8th place position if he can. That seems to be another glitch on this track. Air Jordan's probably a tad bit concerned, thinking he somehow lost the lead to some milestone glitch again. But we'll do our due diligence with this one and make sure everyone's put in the proper position. Easy Pro off the track. Good on him to move out of the way. I'm hoping he understands the fact that he can get back into the position he was running, which was 8th place at the time. Easy Pro 4th. Easy Pro 5th. Hopefully he's listening so I can tell him to go. And he's going to re-enter that battle right where he was with Mr. Twister. I'm okay with that one. Props to him. Got to give him a huge round of applause for handling it that way. Could have gone about it a bunch of different ways. We love solution-based people. Thank you for that. Back up front to our leader. Let's give him the attention he deserves here. Putting in a solid ride. Seth AB still not letting him get away though. MXer for Life has just been a nail gun in this 3rd position so far in this main event. 11 minutes. I don't think he's left the 3rd position. Good ride for him, but Lamastus is coming. Gets around his teammate Supite, who's also in the battle for this championship. So this could be huge points implications for Supite and Mr. Twister both. Speaking of Mr. Twister, he is back in the 8th position. Has Easy Pro in front of him. Y Ebola behind him. Air Jordan sending it and praying over the tunnel jump there. It impresses me how consistently most of these guys have gotten through so far, and as I say that, Seth AB goes down. That's going to allow MXer for Life to move into that 2nd position. Seth AB has been the fastest guy on the track so far tonight, in my opinion, so no doubt he can catch, honestly, the front 2 if he puts in clean laps. Air Jordan still with an impressive ride in this one. Just needs to keep it smooth for a couple more minutes. I know he's going to be super pumped on this ride. Good save by him there. Let's look at how much room he has. MXer for Life and Seth AB battling. Seth AB wants his position back. At the very least, wants to be back in that 2nd position. Back to Lamastus in 4th. Easy Pro, who's charged from that incident he had earlier in the race. Again, props to him for the way he handled it, but he's making the most of it as he looks to get around Lamastus there for the 4th position. Sword, I agree, my man. Those bridge jumps are tough. I feel like every track there is one, it causes a lot of issues, especially with league racing. But we're looking forward to potentially having a custom track series for JGR. So kind of freshen things up, get away from the custom tracks potentially. So looking forward to that. And shout out to Easy Pro here, getting it done. Had an incident, made the most of it, re-entered the racetrack where he needed to, followed the rules, and now he is charging. He's got Seth AB right in front of him. Timing and scoring is correct. MXer for Life 3 seconds off the pace. Air Jordan 1 minute 40 seconds to go plus 1. Can he hold on to it and get it done here tonight? I know he wants this win badly. He wants this championship badly. This section's been tough all night. Huge difference maker. To get through that one clean can cost you seconds. MXer for Life holding down the number 2 spot. 3 seconds back to Seth AB. Oh, and not quite sure what happened there. Looks like Seth AB might have quarried down a little bit too hard and Easy Pro got caught up into it. Just a classic racing incident there. Now Lamastus gonna make up a little bit of time. Bop Vapor in 6th. Supite in 7th, falling back quite a bit. Bummer for him as well. So two of your top points contenders, 7th and 8th in this main event, trying to salvage every point they can. Gonna go back up front to Jordan, make sure he is not gonna be lapping anyone. Looks like he's got plenty of time. Pretty competitive field tonight. Longer racetrack certainly helps with that as well. Hopefully no lap rider issues. Air Jordan maybe slowing up a little bit just to get one to go here. Well played by him. So Air Jordan, 1 lap to go in this main event. MXer for life looks a little bit more than 2 seconds back, which is what timing and scoring says, but still in striking distance if Air Jordan makes any mistakes. Oh, and Seth AB goes down on the last lap. Oh, and Easy Pro and Lamastus get caught up here. MXer for life can see Air Jordan in front of him. With this bridge jump coming up, anything can happen. We'll see how Jordan handles this situation here. Will he boot it? He does. Don't want to say too many nice things about him here. Air Jordan, been searching for this one, needed this win. A great showing for him. He is going to be your 250A main winner. And we have a battle coming down to the wire here. Seth AB and MXer for life coming down to the line, and MXer for life. Oh no, I'm sorry. Seth AB is going to get that 2nd place position. MXer for life 3rd, Easy Pro 4th, Lamastus 5th, Supite and 6th. Bop Vapor, first showing with us at JGR with a solid 7th place. Mr. Twister in 8th. Pressure Applier 9th. Gabe H, who was your leader early in this main event, back to the 10th position. Bummer for him. Y Ebola 11th, and Bam Bam. Again, it's unfortunate what happened to him. A lot of unfortunate events in that main event. We do our best to manage all these milestone glitches and things that happen and keep it fair for everyone, so please keep that in mind. We're not out here trying to ruin anyone's night or racing. Things happen and we do our best to handle them. So 250A main out of the way. Air Jordan, your winner in that one. We are going to get the 450 main event lobby set up, and we'll be back with that one in about 5 to 10 minutes. Alright guys, we're going to get started shortly. Probably going to end up inviting a couple alternates. The last two guys shows are not online, so just another minute or two here, we'll get underway. Alright guys, sorry for the delay again. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started now. Got almost a full lobby, just one person not joining. Alright, let's get this thing going. Even though we're missing one guy, it's a solid lineup tonight. Got a bunch of fast guys in here, so I'm looking forward to some good racing. Yeah, sorry Cam, I did send you an invite. Maybe it didn't go through or something, but yeah, we just had to get this thing started. I don't want to keep anyone waiting too long. I appreciate it though. Alright, 450 A main, Atlanta 1. Got Dynamic Snipes, PSHP Austin, Parker 7574, Hockey Drew, R Dizzle, Jashari, who's a new rider with us, Axis, Cheeseheads, I'm Xerex, Samuel YZB, and Sloan. Just 1 second while we wait for Xerex. All right, here we go. Let's go on board with Samuel YZB wearing the number 1 tonight, finally. And it is Austin Edwards who gets the whole shot. Some dubbed him as the whole shot king earlier in the night. He's had some good luck with the start so far this year. Dynamic Snipes was in second, got annihilated. Go back up front. Parker takes that second place position with Hockey Drew. They're swapping back and forth for this one. Cheeseheads fourth, Slow in fifth. Axis now in the 5th position. Jashari 6th, Samuel YZB 7th, Dynamic 8th, I'm Xerex 9th, R Dizzle 10th, Parker back to 11th now. Not quite sure what happened. It is Austin Edwards out front, putting his team on here. Good start to this main, but no doubt is going to have a tough time with some of these boys behind him. Oh, tries to scrub cancel a little too hard there. Hockey Drew's there to capitalize on the mistake. Sloan in second. Axis working his way up now. In the 3rd position. Really going to be an exciting race with these G Fuel boys. Interested to see if Hockey and Axis can have a good battle. Hell, Sloan too. Austin back to the 4th position. Recovered decently from that mistake. Could have been a lot worse for him. Dynamic 5th. Samuel 6th. R Dizzle 7th. Parker 8th. All of these guys swapping back and forth for positions here early. Try not to lose too much time on the leaders. Back up front. Lead group Hockey, Sloan, and Axis having a battle to start this thing, but oh, Sloan's going to go down. Hockey makes a mistake. I'm not quite sure if he got contact with Austin there or Sloan or someone, but bummer deal for him, but he's staying right next to Axis here. So it seems like these two are going to separate themselves early in this main event. Sloan making a couple different mistakes now. Your defending champion, Samuel YZB, in the 3rd position. Sloan has the inside. Samuel cuts under, but doesn't get a good drive through the whoops. Going to fall back to 4th. Austin still in 5th. Parker now has a pack in front of him. Needs to be patient here. Try to pick these guys off and get to the front as quick as he can. R Dizzle also stalking this group. 4 riders right in front of him. Going to kind of let them go at it. Maybe force some mistakes. But back up front, while this battle is really tight, Axis makes a mistake through the sand. That's going to allow Hockey Drew to sneak up just a little bit closer. Will Hockey stick it to him early, try to make an aggressive pass, and get out front? We will see. Or will Axis run away with this thing? Tough to tell. Hockey's been riding very well this year, in my opinion. It's been fun to watch those guys tear it up in other leagues. Hockey's one of my favorite guys to watch. Enjoy the way he rides. Back to Austin now, in the third position, making up some time, but our Dizzle, slides out there but was in fourth, accompanied by Sloan and Parker. So the fast guys are finding their way up front. JGR Team Pride riders, I'm Xerox and Samuel YZB 8th and 10th. Cheesehead's back in 11th. Back up front, oof. Axis cuts off the little edge of that corner there, but no big deal. Starting to open up a gap on Hockey. You know Hockey Drew doesn't want him to get away. He's going to try to make as good of a run as he can at the big man here. These guys do a lot of racing through the week, compete against each other very often. They're familiar with each other's riding style, where they're good and bad. As Hockey makes a mistake there, jumping into the whoops, but he has no immediate pressure behind him, with Parker being about 5 to 7 seconds back of him. And Axis now doing what he does best. If you watch this guy, he gets out front, just rides steady, puts in consistent laps, and capitalizes on the mistakes of the rest of the field. As Jashari has left the lobby, not quite sure if that was a lag out or a rage quit, but nonetheless it's going to open up a couple positions for these guys in the back of the pack, as he was running, I think, 8th or 9th at that time. It may be a GG at this point, Sword. I would agree with you. It would take a lot of mistakes out of Axis for Hockey Drew to get back in this one, I think. But yes, that 2 to 4 battle is going to be good. Even our Dizzle slowing, sneaking their way up into this thing. So 3 G Fuel riders, 1, 2, 3. Sloan, who I know rides and practices with those guys quite a bit. Had some good finishes across all leagues this year. And Austin Edwards continuing to impress, running the speed of a lot of the top guys in this game, as Sloan hits a bale, goes down there. Unfortunate mistake for him, but still holding down a P5 spot. I'm Xerox, working his way through the pack now in 6th. Got a couple riders in front of him, could potentially make something happen here. Dynamic Snipes making his return to league racing in the 7th position in the A main tonight. Not a bad ride for him thus far, but 13 minutes left to maybe make up a couple more positions here. Samuel YZB in 8th and R Dizzle in 9th. R Dizzle seeming to have a tough go at it here so far. You know, he's just as fast as any of these other guys. Could easily be at the front of the pack as well, but this Atlanta 1 track has been tough for a lot of people tonight. So Mr. Twister and Supite struggle with it a little bit in the 250 main event. Here Jordan got the win there if you'd missed it. It was a good race for those guys. A lot of controversy in that one, unfortunately, with just a lot of bugs in the game. You hate to see it, but again, we do what we can to make a good racing experience for everyone. Yep, Dizzle with a P3 at DMR last night. That was a sick race. I love watching those back every week. My man Sword killing the commentary per usual. Go check them out if you haven't already. Some of the best in the game going at it every week on PC. A lot of the PlayStation guys coming over and showing their speed. I personally think PlayStation is the fastest console for Supercross 5. I think the Xbox guys would feel a little bit differently, but just based off what I see and watching leagues all over. I think these PlayStation guys are ripping for sure. Hockey Drew kind of gathering himself here. Definitely has fallen off the pace, but seems to be settling into that second position. Got a ways back to Parker here in third. Austin Edwards still fourth. Xerex in the fifth spot now. Super stoked for him. Looked like it was going to be a rough one early for him. Dynamic in sixth. Still made up a position himself. I think it's Sloan who fell back a couple spots there. Samuel YZB 8th. R Dizzle not giving up in the 9th position. And Cheesehead's back in 10th, giving it his best effort. It's crazy every single week when you watch any A-main, pretty much on any league racing. All of these guys are so fast. Now, I've said this before, but if they went to any public lobby, any of these 11, 12 guys would kill just about anybody at this game. So really fun to watch these guys go at it. It's an art for sure. So a lot of time and effort, practice goes into this. Just about as much as real life racing, I can honestly tell you. I know they have to be putting their hours in. And you see Axis with a little Arma Sport sticker on the helmet here. There's been some rumors floating around that I think J-Law and the Arma Sport guys are looking to sponsor some esport racers for the season. I'm not quite sure if that's what's going on here, but you know Axis is going to be one of those top guys in the ESX Championship aboard the Yamana later this month and into the year. So excited to see him compete in that. You know he'll be dominant. Back to Hockey Drew. Still hanging in there in second. Oof. Tries to save it with a brief Corey there, but slides out just a little bit. Back to Parker in third. So these guys are quite spread out. Even back to Austin in fourth. Dynamic, Sloan, Xerex, 5, 6, 7. Good battle in the back here. Let's shake it up a little bit. Go to the TV cam. See what we got going on. Kind of makes it fun to watch. Ooh, as Xerex slides by Dynamic, who makes a mistake, and now you see Sloan back in the 5th position. These three guys are swapping back and forth this whole main event. This would be an awesome ride for Sloan if he can get it done. Back up front, nothing has changed. Axis showing his dominance. Riding extremely well so far. I know about a week or two ago he had a couple rough goes by his standards and other leagues, IOMA and AOSX, not getting wins as he typically does, but seems to be riding in his old form here. Been nearly flawless to this point. Didn't even get the greatest start, but again, that veteran experience and knowledge paying off. Stayed calm. Made it through that first lap madness, and you see him out front by nearly, I think, 20 seconds if timing and scoring is correct. See if we have any battles developing through the field here. Plenty of room until Axis starts getting into lap traffic. Have no doubt he probably will by the end of this one, but for the moment, no concern there. Yeah, timing and scoring must be off in this one. It's gone from 20 seconds to 8 seconds. It's all over the map. Really wish I had more to focus on battle-wise through the field here. Oh, as I say that, we go back to Xerex and Sloan. Xerex working his way back into this thing. Talking to him earlier today. Oh, he goes down. Commentator's curse. Hate to do that to him, but I know he's looking to have a really good finish here. He's sitting third in points. Would be an awesome season for him. Would be better than last year in points if he can finish out in third. He's your GP 2020 450 champion. Was runner-up to Samuel YZB in the outdoor season for us this year. MX Bikes AM, so also an XC2 GNCC Pro. So definitely has his hands full. So for him to be able to run this pace with the little amount of time he's playing the game, quite impressive. Samuel YZB, these guys have spun some laps together. JGR Team Pride teammates. See if Samuel can start working through these guys in front of him now. Axis still looking smooth out front. I could pretty much say that every lap, probably in every race, and it would hold true. But always fun to watch this guy. Get a little side by side through this rhythm. Really cool angle to see how much bike movement these guys have when they're racing. You'll notice kind of flicking it left to right or turning the bike down. Can kind of help you get a little bit extra distance off the jumps. Might help you clear some things that are a big send. So constantly setting himself up for the next obstacle on the track. Absolutely smooth out front as he is going over the tunnel jump now. Pulls a tear off back to Hockey Drew. Hockey now flowing in the second position. Still flowing, I should say. Not too much going on at the front of the pack, but is slow in catching Austin here. He is getting closer, certainly within striking distance. So is Xerox. So if you're on Xerox, you're looking at 5th and 4th right in front of you. It's possible. Samuel YZB, who is working his way into that group right in front of him, but made a couple mistakes, falling back to 8th now. And R Dizzle, bummed to see this for him. Just not his night. As Cheeseheads blows by him there in the whoops. So Cheeseheads not giving up, paid off. In the 9th place position now. Oh, back to these guys as they make contact. Sam gets a little squirrely in the sand, but does make the pass stick. Back up to Xerox. A little bit of room in front of him to Austin, but certainly not out of the picture. Slow and making moves in 4th now. So at one point dropped all the way back to 7th or 8th and is working his way back up front. I agree. Austin with a killer ride as he goes into 4th place position now. He might be the most impressive rider for me this year as far as not knowing anything about him coming into this and running the pace of guys that have been playing these games for years. And I'm sure he's played other Supercross games before, but as far as league racing goes, seems to be riding with a lot of comfort. But slowing, does not want to let him have that 4th place position. Let's go on board the 3rd person view here, see if he can square him up, make a pass on this inside. Sneaks in there, makes it happen. Good, clean pass there by Sloan. Well executed. But certainly won't be the end of this battle between the two of them. Xerox still right there. Just needs a little bit more time. We're going to warn Cheeseheads. Just to let him know Axis is coming through. no doubt those guys will move over for him regardless. Good thing about this 450 class in particular, these guys know the drill, so shouldn't be any issues there. A minute 50 plus 1 left in this 450 A main. Axis has controlled it nearly from start to finish, wire to wire. Made some good passes, good smart passes I should say, early on the first lap, got out front and set sail. Hockey Drew also had a great ride so far. A couple mistakes early, but been riding well late in this main event. Good showing for him, P2. Apparently you missed me just gassing Austin up about 60 seconds ago, but yeah, appreciate your comment either way. Austin back in 5th now. Again, solid ride for him. Been super impressive this year. I need to look to see where he's at in points, but he's got to be up there. Solid finish after solid finish. I'm Xerox now. Looking to work his way into this top 5. He'd be in good company with that lead group. Quite a ways back to Dynamic and Samuel, who looks like he is just about calling it on this one. And Art Dizzle just got lapped by Axis here, the back of the pack. Final lap for Axis. Running order's been about the same this whole main event. G Fuel guys on the box, slow in P4. Austin on that PSHP race machine in the 5th position. I'm Xerox, who's fallen off just a little bit now in 6th. Cool to see Dynamic back in the swing of things here, P7. The champ looks like he is going to get it done. I want to say it's his 4th win or 5th win now. I mean, what, 6th win this season with us. Yoshimura was the only other winner so far. Axis gets it done, 450 A main winner. Hockey Drew, solid effort. It's a long 20 minutes on this racetrack. Kept Axis honest early. Sure, he wishes he could get a couple of those mistakes back. Seen those guys go at it quite a few times, so no doubt he could have ran up there, but he's going to take home the 2nd place position. Parker also with a solid ride in 3rd. And those are going to be the only 3 to get through on the lead lap. It is going to be Sloan, who will take the 4th place position. I'm Xerox, who ends up getting Austin on the last lap, so he'll get 5th. Austin 6th. Dynamic Snipe 7th. Samuel YZB 8th. Ardizzle 9th. Cheeseheads 10th. And I know we had one more. I'm blanking on who it was at this point. But nonetheless, great racing here. Tonight, round 7. 4 to go. I'm sorry, 5 races to go. So have another Triple Crown on the schedule coming up. I believe that's going to be next round, but we will be posting about that one. Sign-ups will open on Sunday evening or Monday morning for round 8, so keep an eye out. Follow us on Instagram at JGR Esport Leagues and on Discord with the same handle. If you have any questions for the week or we can help you out with anything, just shoot us a DM, and hope to see you guys next round. Thanks for coming out.